it up now, get going. There's a brand new day ahead. So much to do, so much to see. So get your ass up out of bed. Get out now, time's wasted. There's no reward for hesitating.
Hey guys, I was just thought of another funny story a little while ago that I want to pass on. I was a stay-at-home dad when my wife was in the Navy. My daughter was like 3 years old at the time. Anyhow, her favorite movie was The Land Before Time. Okay, and in that movie, there's a scene where the main character, Dinosaur, gets separated from his mom during a big cataclysm, right? And so he's walking through this, devastated wasteland looking for her, and he's calling out, "Mother, Mother!" and it's echoing off the cliff walls around him, right? Anyhow, that's important later. Like I said, that was my daughter's favorite movie. And so my wife was in the Navy. When she goes on her first deployment to Saudi Arabia, we went to visit family in Las Vegas, right? And stay with them for the deployment, which was like 8 months. Now, since I had worked at Michael's in the frame shop in Houston, when we got there, I went to Michael's and applied for the frame shop and got hired immediately, right? Which was cool because, my wife was making money for being deployed, and that was going into our bank account for, bills and savings and stuff. So this money was just spending money that we could spend on whatever we wanted while we were there, right? And so it was real handy. And her grandparents were watching her while I was at work, right? So it worked out pretty good for everybody. Now, the apartment complex where they lived, the outside walls were made of like this stucco, right? And the buildings were real close together, and it didn't take my daughter long to find out that it had really great acoustics, right? And so when she went out there and yelled and stuff, her voice echoed, and so it reminded her of that scene from, The Land Before Time. So very often she would go out there and just be Littlefoot and yell, "Mother, Mother, Mother," and it would echo like that scene. And I remember a couple of times somebody off in the distance was like, "Shut up," right? And so, anyhow, there was this girl that worked at Michael's too that lived in that same apartment complex. Okay. And everybody at Michael's knew that we were just there while my wife was deployed. And one time this girl told me that she felt so bad for my daughter because her mom was away, and I was like, "Yeah, well, we're doing okay." And she was on the verge of tears and said very often she hears my daughter out there calling for her mom, going, "Mother." Mother. So I busted up laughing, very similar to what I just did, and had to tell her the actual reason why she was doing that, and it didn't have anything to do with her mom. And so this girl is listening to my daughter out there yelling. She's probably crying, her heart breaking for the little girl standing out there crying out for her. Oh my God! Oh my God! Crying out for her mother. And it was completely innocent the whole time. Although after I probably not so delicately broke the story to her, she probably didn't feel so hurt by it anymore. But it was a pretty funny story, and I at least got a real good laugh out of it again, and so I hope everybody enjoyed it. And that's it for now, so we'll talk to you later.